AVP, the man of the hour. So yesterday, a lot of shit happened. So first you drop your video, and then there was a lot of like a domino effect from it that we're gonna get in a little bit. But I think we have to talk about the Mike versus Jeff thing. So that happened yesterday at the gym. Few hours, well, at the same time as you drop your video, pretty much. And today he was still at the gym, and then they decided to like put him on leave for around 1 p.m. after his last client. Morgan went into him a little bit, told him off. It just stayed as that, and then he left. So you told me that Mike unfollowed you. Like, when did he unfollow you?
So I commented on Matt. Oh fuck, Matt on Jeff's video. His response to Mike, because I didn't think there was a beef. I didn't know. Like, I just commented, "Love you, Jeff." Like, I comment on a lot of you guys' shit. So I don't know. Then when I found out about the beef, I don't know. I just like, oh, let me see, and I checked, and Mike like unfollowed me. I'm like, oh shit. So he's a sensitive guy, and we were cool. And if we were cool, I probably wouldn't have been as outspoken. I probably would have messaged him like, "What the fuck were you thinking?" But I'm like, yo, you took it personal, like social media shit. Like, I don't know. It
doesn't look good on him. And the thing with Mike, he said I was because he messaged me earlier. He said I was defending my personal space. I saw the security footage. First, maybe I'll have to do another video on that. But first, he comes to Jeff, says something, walks away, and then Jeff does a set. Then he tells the camera, like, let's film this. So he walks towards Mike a little bit, but Mike right away walked towards him. And then Jeff actually has both of his hands behind his back. And then Mike shoved him on his throat, like a throat smash kind of thing.
Yeah, like a coward.
Yeah, flipped over the steel cable rope. And then after that, Mike still went at it. The thing is, if you're going to hit somebody, it's because you feel your life is threatened, right? You feel you're in danger. But why would you walk towards that danger? And with that, you feel like you're in danger with a guy who's like half your size with his hand behind his back, just wanted to talk. Because I'm sure Jeff was not looking for hurt him at all. He was probably just talk it out. Dude, you just said something to me, while I passing by. Because people think Jeff like started, but I saw in the footage that
people are fucking retarded, man. Like,
yeah, I saw that Mike actually said something to him, and then after that, Mike stopped during his client, walked and shoved him, and then after that, Mike went back and did a set with his client with a pull down. So imagine the client like doing the pull down like that. All right, I'll do another set, I guess.
Yeah. Listen, so I don't know. I've seen comments from some of Mike's like butt buddies, like his fanboys, that are saying apparently Jeff was yelling across the gym. Now,
Jeff never yelled.
On the cameras, I don't know. I didn't see I didn't see from before it. I didn't see other areas, but that interaction, like from 30 seconds before that interaction, I saw that, and Mike initiated that. The only reason Jeff approached Mike in any capacity was because Mike said something to him, and then as he was walking away, Mike said something again while Jeff was doing a set. Then Jeff took a couple steps forward, but he still was not in Mike's personal space.
No.
Well, but also
unless your personal space is like 5 meters.
Yeah, there's several meters apart.
Yeah.
Several meters. Like,
yeah.
Listen, it's clear to me because of the messages we saw from Mike. He's just somebody that's like, I don't know if he's just delusional with how the experience happened, or he's just trying to lie his way out of it. Remember, he said he felt threatened. He didn't feel threatened. Jeff is half his size. He's not threatened. Even if a guy calls you a bitch every day at the top of his lungs, you still can't hit them. Like, no. you know the law. You've been alive for like 45 years or some shit.
Yeah, you could talk to the management and have it settled all the way. And if you feel threatened, why would you walk 3 times towards the threat?
Yeah, exactly. You threw 3 hits. You hit him once, hit him again. You kept following him. Then you hit the camera person.
Yeah, you shoved the 19-year-old who didn't say one word.
Yep, just filming. And these fucking idiot supporters are like, oh, well, he poked the bear. It's like, no, he didn't poke the bear. Mike started it with his stupid video mocking science-based lifters. Like he started it. There was a response, which he responds to people's shit all the fucking time. Yeah, he gets into a lot of internet disputes, but th- Mike, I mean, Mike, Jeff was pleasant about his video. Was really well done. Like it
Yeah,
wasn't like
it was about
personal.
himself. It was about himself. He actually said, "I also listen to big guy advice" at the end.
He did.
And the thing is, okay, Mike's content, I follow him. I was watching it, and I always take it with a grain of salt. I know it's just this guy's opinion, and sometimes I think maybe it's a little bit negative. To sometimes I don't think he does towards members of the gym, except like with Jeff in this case. And he never really mentioned names. That's the thing. It's kind of
No,
like
he does.
behind.
He does. He
He
does.
does
Because
mention names. Oh, he did mention
no,
Mike, right?
no, sorry. He doesn't mention names
Yeah.
because, as I said, he's a fucking coward. But I've seen Dorian, and Dorian's like brought this to my attention before too. Dorian would be doing exercises in the gym, and then days later, there's a video of Mike clowning people doing this exercise. So he's done a lot of subliminal shit, made fun of kids. I've heard a story of a kid approaching Mike. He was super excited to meet Mike, and then Mike like brushed him off. Like he just pretty much said "fuck off," walked away. I also know a guy, a fan, that met me after the Toronto Pro, and he was a fan of Mike. He's like, "Oh my god, Mike!" And Mike looked at him, walked away. So like this guy is, man, like. Listen, it's. I've known that about him. I've known this stuff about him, but at the same time, like if I'm an acquaintance with you, if we have a good acquaintanceship or a good relationship, it's not my problem. Like I'm not gonna speak bad of you, but then this is just crossing the line. It's not good. It's bad for gym culture. It's bad for Pure.
Oh yeah,
It just,
Joey Swallow's gonna have a fucking run with that one.
dude, Joey Swole is the man. Joey Swole's the man. I love what
Yeah, I
he's
like
doing.
him. And the thing with Mike, I had a good a good relationship with Mike is that you get a nod in the gym. That's like the best you can have sometimes. And then I was doing interviews for like IBMA, like I was asking people in the gym like, would you date someone with OnlyFans? So I go to Mike and I say, do you want to be in my video? He said, no. I said, oh, I thought you would have wanted to be in my video. And so I was like, okay, I'll respect that because I did say that if you don't want to answer, you say pass. But he didn't let me talk. He was like, he just brushed me off. Then
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I thought you would have wanted to do that because he knows that I never do like I would never trap someone into a question, and but he didn't give me the chance. So I was like, maybe he was already in a bad mood or something for the past few days. But
I mean, he's always in a fucking bad mood.
yeah, I know, yeah, and I feel like people who really like him a lot, they're people in bad moods too.
Yeah, or they just don't know how fucking trash he is.
Yeah. So anyway, I was talking with Mike earlier. I said I didn't agree with what he did, obviously, and that's it. That's all pretty much I said. And he said there's two sides, but I can't talk about it because now the police is involved. I said therefore that's it. So Mike, if you're watching this,
Have fun in fucking jail.
I think you kind of messed up, Mike. Honestly,
Dude,
like
good luck in
there's
jail.
no reason you can assault someone. The thing is, you make videos that talk shit about people all the time, and then Jeff did a video about himself responding to your video, just proving you wrong by showing his exploits, and then it's not even at you really. It's a video with your face in it, and then the next day you just fucking assault him. Like so, you can do videos about other people, but people can't do it to you. Like you don't throw bricks in outside from a brick glass house. Is that a thing, right? Like
Yep.
if you can't take it, don't do it.
Yeah, he can't take it,
So
bro. I'll
that's what.
piggyback. I want to piggyback off what you said because
Yeah.
he had men that are bigger, muscular, taller, like men of different sizes approach him and try and fight him at the Olympia last year. I think it was the Olympia, or it was with the Arnold's or some shit. But like, how did he react? He was a sitting duck. He didn't do nothing. And I don't respect. Listen, I'm gonna tell you 100%. You're not standing on business by acting tough with Jeff, and like his client standing up for him. Like, where was this energy when those guys approached him to fight out there? Where was that energy? Why wasn't he being tough then? But he's gonna be tough with Jeff because he knows Jeff is not a violent guy. He saw Jeff had his hands behind his back. Like it's some pussy shit. It's some bitch shit. It's trash. And like honestly, like, bro, listen, I'm a forgiving person. I don't hate Mike. I don't dislike Mike. I just am indifferent to him. I don't feel anything about him. But yeah, I definitely lost respect after this. Listen, I mean, if you take accountability and
Yeah,
you
yeah, you're right.
grow from this,
if he says, for example, with the charges being pressed, I think he'll get maybe like parole, and then he's gonna maybe get anger management thing, and then if he comes out at the end of that as a better person, and he apologizes, and then he's a changed man. Yeah, and the thing is, everybody fucks up. I've hurt someone before for no reason when I was younger, and I remember every time I've hurt somebody in the past, I remember it because I didn't feel good doing it. So he probably doesn't feel good, and maybe he did feel threatened. We don't know how I hardly believe it, right? Because he would have not walked, and he was also a security guard he was security for Drake for a long time. So I don't think he knows how to see threat, right? That was his job. So, but maybe yesterday he was feeling threatened for real by Jeff Nippard, 180 pounds at 5'5". Maybe he was, but it doesn't sound like it doesn't look good for him. And I
No.
did tell him I didn't agree with him, so we'll see where that goes. And I'm sure a lot of people will do videos on it, and it's not over. And I actually have all the security footage, so I'll see what this goes. I don't know
Yeah,
if Jeff
and-
wanted to. Everybody's making videos now, so I'm assuming like we could talk about it a little bit now. And I know he was texting Greg. Did you know what happened to me? And Greg did a video with his text messages, so maybe Jeff is cool with that. I'm sure Mike is not cool with everybody making videos, but dude, you don't hurt someone like that. You don't assault someone over fucking online beef. Keep it online. You could have go back and forth, creates the views, but then you go in real life and you shove the kid for what? What was the goal there? Like to shut him up? No, it's worse.
Listen, the thing about Mike is there's been time. I don't know. There's times, most of the time, when you see him at the gym, he's a little odd. He's off. But we've been cool. So obviously, I would like to reserve the positive in my mind about Mike, and I would like to when he's the cool person when he used to hang out with us.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there's no problems. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. He's been on some super negative shit the past year or so. It's over the top. Where I've seen some of his videos, and I'm like, I don't even know what you're trying to get across. It just sounds like you're upset. Yeah. And honestly, I don't know what he needs or something. But listen, bro. As I said, I believe in second chances. But right now, you got to deal with this heat, bro.
He didn't set himself in a good spot for people to like him right now. And I mean, I'm kind of, I've been talking to Jeff every day at the gym, and then when I try to talk to Mike, he doesn't really talk back much. It's like, dude, I guess I have more of a friendship with Jeff right now than Mike. So and then you assaulted Jeff. So in my mind, it's kind of sucks, Mike, but you kind of put yourself in that spot. But there's be consequences. Just deal with them, and then try to become a better person. And then we'll see you on the other side of that. And maybe he's gonna give us a sting at the gym. I mean, I think with the law, he can't be at the gym right now.
He shouldn't be. I don't know what the fuck he was doing there.
No, well, I had to make Doran aware that he was there, and then we both decided that it was best for him to text him, and then he did. And then Mike said he understood, and he was going to do his client and leave. And then Morgan went into it a little bit on his way out, and Morgan is 6'2", 340 pounds. Mike didn't fucking make one step forward.
I wonder why.
No, one step forward. So maybe that was a threat, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll see where this goes. But I see that Jeff was replying to my messages, so I think Jeff is safe for now. As far as I'm not sure if there's injuries that resulted from that, but he had to go to the hospital to check if there was some damage to his neck, his throat, all that stuff. Because you've seen the movies, people do a chop in the neck and the guy dies. I don't know if that is true, if it's lethal, but it is a big deal when you hit someone in the neck like that. And he could have fallen back, hit his head on a rack or something, bust his head open. So all in all, I'm glad that Jeff is safe, and that Mike didn't bury himself even deeper by continuing something that would be violent. So, I mean, even though it fucking sucks, at least, everyone's safe in this situation. But we'll see where this goes. But I'm siding with the side of Jeff right now, because if Mike would have just talked, it would have just been talking, and then nothing happened. Like today with Morgan. Morgan was fucking telling him, what are you doing here? You should fucking leave, this and that. Mike said, make me leave. He said, I don't. Then Morgan said, I don't have to. You're out of here in 10 minutes anyway. So it's like, they were going back and forth. Nothing happened. Morgan voiced his opinion. Mike listened, stayed, sat the fuck down, and then that's it.
Yeah, because Morgan is bigger than Mike.
Yeah, exactly. But I know Mike is like, did a lot of boxing and stuff, but
Yeah, Morgan did fucking karate.
he did. He has over 100
Morgan's
matches.
young with working
He
hips.
did 100 matches in full contact karate when he was a black belt. So he was like a high level in Canada. So I don't know if Mike. I don't know if Mike knows that or not. Probably not.
No,
but
it's not even about what he knows, because when those guys at the expo approached him, regardless of what kind of boxing background he has, he didn't do anything.
Yeah, didn't do anything. He didn't do anything for that tall guy you're talking about. That
Tall
was just
guy,
like,
the tall guy's actually an MMA fighter, but Mike didn't know that.
yeah.
Oh, you
And
didn't do
then even Joey Stacks came in,
Yes.
which is like, he's not the tallest guy, but very loud, and
he's big.
Yeah, he's big, pretty buff, and like gangster vibe a little bit, you know. So then didn't do anything there either. So I'm like confused, right?
Well, yeah, it's clear to me that he is a bully, and and listen, that's why I've spoken out, and I'm really disappointed. Like, because, bro, Mike, come on, man. Like, I've had conversations with Mike years ago, and like I've gotten like maturity. Like, there's a lot of things that he said to me that have made a lot of sense. There's good takes he's had, but I don't know, man. Like, it's like, I don't know if he's going through something and he lost the plot. But regardless, like, this
Maybe.
is too distasteful.
Because I really like Mike. He trained me for my first Olympia the whole year. Dorian was actually the one to tell me, go ask Mike to train you for, and then I'm the one who helped put Mike on the fucking screen again.
Yep.
I was the only one he was training. Then he was training a little bit of you, Regan, all these guys. And then he started training people at the gym. Like, and then we got him HD for the videos during COVID. That was all because of Doran's idea and me like fucking using Mike for training. And then we made him popular again. And then I was like, dude, I told him, make an Instagram. I don't want to do an Instagram. I said, ask your girlfriend to make an Instagram and like just go see if Big Mike Van Wyck is available. He got it. So like I helped him out. And then he kind of like, it just kind of, I don't know. I felt like my vibe didn't match his anymore as much. And I didn't want to bother him with training because he was training me for free for all this time, you know, which I appreciated. But now it's like,
well, think about it. He built a platform off of you guys and also training me as well. He built a platform off of that. And like, again, I won't say he built it off of me, but he was training me at the time. And I was grateful for that. And I'm sure he was grateful for the opportunity. But that's why he got popular. And notice that once he got that popularity, he completely did a 180. He switched up on everybody.
Switched up, and then he started making these videos where he voices his opinion. It's often like degrading other techniques or other styles. Like, I get it, TikTokers, or, you know, with the tripods. I get it. Okay, cool. I get it. It's annoying sometimes, but you know what takes more room than a tripod? A camera crew of 2-3 people.
Yep.
So whatever. But yeah, but like I said, I was cool with Mike. Give him the nod here and there. Now he fucking shoved his hand down on the Jeff Nippard's throat, of all people. Pacifist Jeff Nippard, intellectual Jeff Nippard. It feels like you're back in high school when the big bully was like getting the lunch from the more nerdy type.
Yep.
I'm not saying Jeff is a nerd, but you know, he's smart like one if he is. So yeah, but anyway, we'll keep it at that for now, which is the 20 minutes on that. So Q, since yesterday, Nick Walker said in one of the comments that he doesn't work with Matt Jansen anymore. And I think Brett Wilkins announced earlier that he's not training with Matt Jansen anymore. And you know some information that some people know, right?
Yep.
What is that?
That Sean's not with him anymore?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yo, listen, at the end of the day, I said what I said. I didn't watch Fuad's podcast that Brett was featured on, so I don't know what was said there. I don't know what he said or what. I can't really speak to any of that. Notice in the video that I made, I didn't speak about the other top pros. I didn't speak about the experience outside of what was going around online. all those rumors. Like I do know things on the inside, but I didn't expose that stuff. But listen, at some point your bullshit's going to catch up with you, and he had a good run, or it looked like he had a good run to the public because people didn't know what was happening behind the scenes. They didn't know how many people were, I don't listen. If any of you guys follow me and have seen the stories I've posted, like there's a lot of people that have come out about working with him that aren't popular people, they're just everyday people, and they were screwed around. They were ghost coached by other people. They were ignored. They were ghosted. There's a lot of bad experiences. They were over dieted. They were gaslit about fake gear. So it's happened to a lot of people. And to me, it's like, okay, the public, the general public that's bodybuilding fans are only seeing what's being promoted. They're only seeing like what's being posted. They're seeing the bullseye emoji, and they're seeing these top athletes with great genetics, and like, wow, this guy has the formula. And I bought into that marketing. I thought he did. And in his videos, he's very well spoken in his videos too. So I definitely bought into that. And listen, there was definitely value that I got from working with him in terms of like certain ways to handle my off seasons.
Yeah.
And I will also say that in terms of the health stuff, he was very big on health supplements when I worked with him. The first year we did talk about blood work and stuff. We went over blood work. Second year, no. But there was no complaints for me about the health stuff. People were pushed on, like I didn't ever do DNP. So I will also let it be known that when I worked with him, we didn't push drugs the way a lot of other people did. So listen, as much as, a lot of bad things happen to other people, and I don't like the experience I had, it was just more so about adaptability and learning how to adapt to get the best out of the client's physique. And yeah, it's upsetting because it happened to Sean where he didn't adapt to whatever was happening in the prep, and it happened to Nick at an even worse rate. So it's cool because I said some stuff in my story in May, and a lot of people thought I was crazy. A lot of people were calling for me to retire. A lot of people said I wasn't good. They said I sucked. I was getting bashed. I took a lot of heat during that time, and I didn't have a lot of support. We actually did a podcast on the HD channel.
Didn't air.
That podcast was infiltrated. It was basically, what's the word I'm looking for?
Shut down.
Yeah, the podcast was
Canceled.
shut down.
Yeah.
People close to Matt really didn't want. And this is the thing, I wasn't even talking shit at that time. I wasn't talking shit.
You went up a little bit, Q. You went up a little bit, honestly. But
no, but here's the thing,
fine.
though. In my video I posted, I went off a little bit too. But I'm more funny. I'm funny.
Yes.
I'm animated at times.
Yes.
But what I was saying was 100% facts.
Yes, it was.
And if I said in the video at points, I'm like, yeah, well, that is a sign of a shit coach. Well, that's my experience. Now, that doesn't speak to the experience of maybe a Brett who had maybe 6 good showings with the guy. Now, I'm not speaking of that, but for me, that was a very shit coaching experience. But, man, if he had just told me, listen, Quint, I dropped the ball hard here. I really fucked up. I was, he did say he did tell me he was too fixated on the glutes, and that kind of, messed things up. But then he pivoted and started talking about how my gear is fake. And I'm like, okay. Like, all right.
Yeah,
But
you can't read minds. You can't like predict things that are unprovable. So anything that's unprovable, you can't really use that as a factor and excuse of why your athlete didn't do good. I believe that.
No.
But even though we're saying all that, I do think that Matt Jansen is in the top spots for like best coaches of like in the industry with their track record of the athletes he had.
Okay, hold on. But listen to this though.
Yeah.
If let's say there's allegedly like 50 clients that worked under him per year that looked like shit or didn't make it to their show because of his coaching, is that still a true statement? Even though he had genetically gifted guys that made it, is he still one of the best? Or is he just better at marketing?
Well, yeah, we could put the quality of being one of the best marketing into that. If we put that in there, he is one, maybe one of the 40 best. How's that?
Yeah, 40, sure. But the thing
Yeah,
is, again, still, he postured as one of the best. And, like, he actually wasn't. Like, Nick Walker is an exceptional athlete. I've never spoken to Nick about this, but I've heard, this could be wrong, but I think he worked with Dominic Cardone. And that was where I heard he became the mutant. Now, I don't know
yeah.
why he left, but that's where he became the mutant.
Well, Phil Viz yesterday, even though Phil Viz, like in the comments, is always mixed with this guy because he's very vocal, and sometimes he will say his thoughts and like what he thinks is right with like
Yeah.
such confidence that some people are like, "Hey, you don't have proof of that." So I always try to correct Phil when he's like that, but he's just very passionate. But he did say that Nick Walker, right before going with Matt, he actually put on 20 pounds of lean freaking muscle. He was already on his way up. That's what Phil Viss said. Now you're telling me that he worked with the Dom, right? Carderone?
Dominic Cardone.
Dominic Cardone, sorry. Dominic Cardone. I was talking with him actually a couple days ago. Dominic Cardone, and maybe that's what he meant. And yeah, sometimes you make a switch because of the marketing and stuff. And I've also known people that I've worked with Chris Aceto just for the name and actually did another coach behind the scene, which is like not the best thing,
Yeah.
but it's happened to people I know. So yeah, I get what you mean. And I've heard rumors, and I can with those rumors with the domino effect starting with your video, I do believe that this might happen. But I've heard that Matt Jansen actually retired behind the scenes.
Yeah. Yeah, he's done.
He's done. So I wonder if he actually is retiring because he's of it, all the bad showing and the athletes dropping, or maybe he's retiring because the last couple of years I wasn't focused on everyone as much as I could, and he actually the thing with Matt is I'm sure he actually tried to do his best, right? But if you're busy with a lot of other things, your best is not the same best as before, even though he tried his best. Some people say that Matt is not a good person. I don't know him to say that. I'm
Yeah.
sure he seems like a good guy. He just made some mistakes. And the only thing that I'm also, I think Nick mentioned that to some friends of mine, that he didn't take accountability for any of the athletes and their showings that are subpar or they're dropping out,
Yeah.
which is kind of strange to me. I don't know if it's a marketing thing. You always deny to keep your image up. But I believe that if you actually apologize, say your mistakes, and you're honest with people, it actually brings your image up. It makes you more real and more reachable. And what's the word I'm looking for? You can connect better with the person. You can relate. You can relate to the person more. And I didn't see any of that. So maybe he believes he didn't do nothing wrong. That's fair too. If he doesn't believe, why would he lie about an apology, right? But
I mean, here's the thing, right? Um, I have my own opinion about him personally, but because I am intertwined with it, like again, the Big Mike thing, like I wasn't professionally involved with him.
mhm.
I'm just speaking my piece. But for Matt, like there's a lot of like I'm addressing this Matt thing a lot more politically correct, let's say, right?
Yeah,
Um, I'm not going to speak on his character, but if Nick's your boy, if Nick's your brother, that's your dude. You love Nick, he loves you. You owed him more. You should have done more for him, in the sense of like you can't just find out that you can't just tell him 3 weeks out, yeah, you don't look good. We can't do the show. Like at what point did you realize? And I think from what I know, he said, I was just hoping it would get better. That's your best friend. Your best friend didn't even tell you that you weren't at your best and just gaslit you the whole prep.
mhm.
That's just weird to me
Yeah.
personally. It's weird.
And I want to correct the thing that Sopilvis said that Matt said to Nick that he had figure two. Matt didn't say that publicly,
Yeah.
so that's a mistake that we did yesterday. But I did hear it from behind the scenes. But then it's just me, some random guy in Canada, saying that, so you can trust me or not on that. But I did hear it. And Q, you mentioned, you don't have to mention the names, but you mentioned 11 other pros that have been maybe gaslit or accused of like using fake gear, and that's why the results were subpar.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Like, if I told you the amount of amateurs, I don't even have the number. It's a lot of people.
yeah, so that's worrying to say the least.
Yeah,
And
it's bro. Those excuses are dated back, as far as I'm concerned, at least like 9 years from the ones that I've heard about personally.
yeah,
So for me, like, it's like, I mean, I'm at the point where I'm just like, whatever. Like, well, let's just make jokes and have a good time about this situation. But everybody's not on fake here, man. I bet you maybe if he accused 50 people of being on it, maybe only 2 of them had fake gear. And
it's funny because like any 18-year-old at the gym that will take some stuff, like it's not fake. Like it's kind of not hard if you really want to find some stuff. You find a good, so you don't switch up a random source when you're a top athlete either. So for me, that's kind of a weird. It's maybe he was trying like to say, I don't know what happened. Maybe this happened. We don't know the wording he said, right? You have the wording you saw in your text, so you could speak on his wording to you. But all the other guys, I don't know who they are. I know Seth Shaw mentioned to Phil that he did tell him that too, and Phil posted a screenshot on his Instagram.
yeah.
So I think it's going around, and honestly, of all the coaches I know, it's the only one who's been saying that.
Yeah. Now, Matt, there's a lot of. I think right now I've started something, and I don't think. I think I'm done in terms of what I have to say. My
Yep.
story's out there.
Yep.
People know what happened to me. People know the truth now. At this point, I think it's more so about the stories of the people that have been unheard for all this time. They have a voice too, and they definitely have the right to get their piece out.
Mm-hmm.
And for me personally, I just hate the fact that some big name coaches treat people like they're nothing, and they feel like just because they have popularity, just because people think they're good, they could do whatever they want to people, and they could fuck people over. They could overcharge people. They could run them into the ground. They could tell them they suck. They can ghost them when they don't feel like it. They could tell them they're not good enough. Like, I really don't like that, man, because you know me as a person. I know you. I know Dorian. Like, our group of people, there's nobody like that within our friend group. Like, it's so bonkers to me that that's something that somebody would do to another person. So for me, like, I'm just the lying, the gaslighting, the faking, the hiding. Like, I just remember when we had that podcast out, or that episode that we made.
Yeah.
And I remember the team of people that were trying to silence me and messaging me, telling me not to talk, telling me to be quiet. You can't post this video. I was being silenced. And that speaks to the experience of a lot of these people that have problems and they're afraid to come forward because of that. And when I made the video the other day, when I posted it yesterday, I was contemplating, like, should I do this? Like, I might get a lot of backlash. I might lose opportunities with people that are affiliated. But the reason why I did follow through was because I'm like, you know what? This is the truth. Like, this video is 100% truth. It's from the heart.
Yeah.
And, if I'm going to post it, like, maybe it'll get bad reviews. Maybe people won't believe me still. But I know somebody's going to believe me, and I'm sure people will be able to relate. And the feedback's way better than I had hoped.
Yeah. There will be people siding with Matt, obviously. That's fair. And the thing I love about Canada is struggling with this a little bit right now, but in the USA, freedom of speech, man. Everybody can voice their opinion, and everybody should be able to reply to it. This is how you sort things out. So, people in the comments, comment your experience with Matt, or if you have friends that talk, that work with Matt, good or bad. Tell us what you think. And also, one last thing I can say about Matt is that, yeah, it sucks right now. You probably feel bad about all this stuff, right? And what's that spice?
It's the pickle spice from what's it called? Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's. You imported this shit, huh? That's good stuff. Pickle. Yeah, I would say that, Matt, you know what? It sucks right now for you. And I don't know if you're going to listen to this. Probably not, because there's so many shit out there right now. But people can take something out of it too. Is that okay? Maybe your coaching is kind of has been like a steward. It's now done. You're retired, all that stuff. But you know what? You got a lot of nice things going on in your life, so you can focus on that. You got some a gym, good company with the supplements. You got friends. You have a nice life in Florida. Hopefully, the hurricane didn't hit you too much. You got all these nice things going on for you. It's not the end of the world. It sucks, but you know what? With how people's short attention span are, people will stop talking about this in 2 months. You'll be forgotten. This thing will be forgotten and be brought back once in a while in the comments. Oh yeah, remember when Matt did this? So you're fine. It sucks right now, but you'll be okay, man. You'll be okay. You got great friends, great support over there. You're successful. You're good. You don't even need to coach anymore. So I support your retirement. And as far as in Mike Van Wyck versus Jeff Nippard, comment below because there was a lot of mixed reviews of people signing with Mike, which I'm very surprised.
Well, Mike does have like a weird fan base, but okay, listen, we weren't at the gym, so they're saying he was yelling at him. Guys, under no circumstance is yelling, but in a court of law, I am still at wrong if I hit you. You could call me anything in the world. If I hit you, I am in the wrong. It doesn't matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter what their tone of voice was. I cannot hit you. All right? So it doesn't matter if he was yelling, but I highly doubt he was. But let's just get on the same page, guys, because we cannot justify violence, especially when the perpetrator, is double the size of the victim or triple.
Yeah, that's very true. I agree with that. One last question, Q. So when's the last time somebody called you the N-word that wasn't black?
Oh, bro. In person, I don't know. But online it happens.
In person, it would never happen. It would never happen unless you're a 5'5", 180 or something. You know? So, yeah, that sucks, though. It sucks that people are still like that. I was just curious. But you're right, though. I agree with all of what you just said. Hey, Ben, thanks for getting on the podcast. Freedom of speech. We can say whatever we want here. You're free to speak your mind, Q, on my podcast anytime. So thanks a lot, people, and comment below like crazy. I'll try to reply to some of them. And appreciate you all. Give us, both of us a subscribe because he has his own channel. If you want to watch the original video, it's on his channel. Is it Quinn Beastwood? Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right, take care, guys.